Welcome back to Brazil for episode 10. Got a straw bale here and a water tank. Gonna head down towards the cow pasture in preparation for getting some cows. We need straw for bedding and maybe to pad the TMR. There's a little bit of straw in the feed mixer hooked up to the Valtra right now. Oh, a little tight. So we're just going to bring the water tanker over here by the water trough, drop it off. I got the feed mixer here on what I think is going to be the straw trigger. And I think I better take the Valtra. I was thinking about just paying to have the livestock delivered, but I'm cheap. I hate to do that. So I think I will lease a trailer. I think the trailer will fit 6 cows in it, make 2 trips. It'll cost me about $1,200 to lease the trailer. Whereas if I had the livestock delivered, it'd be $200 per head for delivery, and I was thinking about a dozen cows. So that would be $2,400 delivery fee. Whereas I can lease the trailer for $1,200, make 2 trips, and save myself $1,200. It's not a lot of money, but that's what we're gonna do. So next time I see you, I will be down at the livestock market with the trailer. Okay, so we're here at the livestock market. We got the Joskin trailer. I thought the ramp came down on it, but I can't seem to be figuring out how to open it. So it just seems to want to lower the back when I do it. So anyway, we're here. And we're going to load it up with some Brahman. Now, I'm going to go with white. That's what I remember seeing. So we'll fill the trailer up with 6 of them here. The livestock trailer is full. Okay, that's going to cost us $15,000. So all in $30,000 for 12 cows. We'll confirm. They're in there. We'll run back with this load. Put the cover on, get them out of the sun, and away we go. We'll see you back on the farm. We'll get these unloaded. Alright, so here we are back at the farm with our first load of cattle. We are moving forward towards achieving our goals, which is awesome. Interested to see where all the cows end up going once you put them into the enclosure. Alright, so cover off, unfold trailer, dialog box, move. They've already lost $500 in value each just by taking them off the lot. Confirm. How cool is that? We've got cows. Yeah, I didn't close the gate up there. That's where they're heading. Alright. So let's go get another load. Put in 6, I only see 2. That's interesting. Oh, there's supposed to be 6 in there. Make sure they don't get out. We'll go get another 6. Okay, we're back. Second load. As I was driving past, I was able to see that we did have quite a few cattle rendered into the field. So even though I only saw those 2 earlier, it looked like there were more up higher up in the field over by the little pond over there. So I think they're all in here. Move cover, unfold trailer. Animal dialog box. Move. Confirm. Okay, we've got our 12 Brahman white in the field. So let's start taking care of them here. First thing I'll do is I'll run over to the water tank. Taking quite a bit of water. They gonna empty this? They are. Alright. Oh, that's all? Just a little more is all it needed. Alright. So let's check out the straw bedding now. I think this is the right spot. It is. Perfect. I bet it's going to take all this. It is. And how much more does it need? Quite a bit more. I'm going to have to run up and down the hill a couple of times, I think, to get more straw. To get all the bedding in here that they're going to require. Which means we're probably going to need to do another straw producing crop in that field. I don't know if I'll need to do it. Oh, turn off. Don't know if I'll need to do it before we do the corn for the silage. Could. About halfway there, so at least 2 more bales of straw for bedding. Oh, excuse me, cow. Living on the edge with 2 straw bales here. See what happens. 1 in, 2 in. Alright, so now it's going on 6 o'clock. We're set up here, ready to do our TMR. I brought the spreader down, washed it, did some maintenance on it, and tucked it away in here. So anyway, we're gonna start to mix up our TMR in the feed mixer here. So we have our hay bales that we stacked down here earlier. What I did is I went and got one more straw bale, put it in the feed mixer to shred it, and then dumped it on the ground here. So we'll use that to pad out the TMR mix at the end, and then we have our silage bales here. So these silage bales are 4,000 each, and these hay bales I think are about 2,800 each. So 2 of them would be 5,600 plus 4,000 for the silage bale gives us 9,600, and then I think this holds almost 12, which means we could pad the rest of it out with a scoop of straw, completely fill the feed mixer with TMR, and then we'll take it over and see what we can do with it. So the rest of the straw afterwards, if we have some left over, we can take it back and put it in for bedding. That's the plan. So let's see how it works. So we want 2 of these. I'm going to carefully try and take these top 2 on this stack over here. This is a little sketchy. It probably would have been smarter to just take the top 2 from the 2 stacks, but this is what we got. We'll try this. Hopefully we won't lose one, because the top one's just kind of rested on there with gravity. Oh, we are missing. Depth perception's off a little bit there. Come up a little bit. There we go. Alright, so there's 1 in. There's 2 in. So we'll come over, we'll grab a silage bale. Now we wouldn't want to dump it in there wrap and all, but that's one of the nice things about the sausage roll. Silage with those Anderson wrappers, you can actually unwrap them. So before we put this in there, let's hop in the Valmet here, see what our mixer says. We'll bring up our we got 5,600, right? So it's 47% full. Let's take a look at our help window. So, yeah. We'll leave that open for now. Put in the silage. Okay. The silage is in. Let's take a look at it now. It is 80% full. I hope I don't screw it up. Well, actually, this bucket only holds 940, so one bucket shouldn't screw it up. It might take it close. We'll see what it does. As we dump it all over the floor. Let's clean up what we dropped here. See how much it was that we dropped. We dropped 286. Well, let's take advantage of that. Hop in the vaulter here, see what the mix looks like. Oh yeah, we're not gonna mess it up at all. We are at 86%. I think we'll be fine. Some more loose straw here. Whoop, 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 whoop. So now a little more there we go. Dump it all in there. See how much more it'll take. It is 96% full. Our mix ratios all look good. So let's stretch it to the limit so that we got a full feed wagon full of mix. So I'm probably going to need to go get another bale. I don't think it'll take all this though. So this is the way we're probably going to have to keep doing it to make sure that we don't mess up the mix. I'm not going to lose anything in the process. There we go. So we'll drop that there. Put the forks back on so we can grab another straw bale if we need to, which I'm sure we will need to because I'm positive the cows will take all of this. So we'll hop in the Valtra. Everything's in the green. We are 100% with 11,893 liters of total mixed ration. So we can go ahead and close that out. Let's go to the animal dialog box so we can check, see how we do on feeding them. And we will run this over to the cow shed over here and see how far almost 12,000 liters gets us. So, darn cows. More animals to drive around. So, feeding them here. It's slow to unload. I'm sure it's going to take all of this one and maybe another one. Alright, we're empty. Check the animal dialog box. We'll probably take 3. So go grab 2 more straw bales, bring them down. So we're going through our straw pretty quick here. So I think for our next crop, oh yeah, we should take a look at the field, see how it's doing too. For our next crop, we should probably look at something that will give us some straw off of our field on the other side of the pig enclosure over here. We should be good for a little while with what we put in, but just to be safe. Because this is going to leave us with five straw bales. Real quick, let's take a look at the field as long as we're up here. See how it's coming. Oh. Not much progress, okay. No worries. Oh. Closed it in front of me. There we go. Hopefully no pigs escaped in that brief interlude while we're taking a look at the field. Did we close behind us coming out of the cow enclosure? We did. Those cows like to wander. Looks like our chickens are producing eggs pretty good. Not sure if that carton's full just yet. We'll wait till we get an egg box on the ground next to it, and then we'll bring another carton out. That's good to see. Chickens producing eggs. Alright, so we'll take these straw bales down. We'll throw them in the mixer to shred them. And we'll dump them on the ground loose, so we can repeat what we just did earlier And we'll probably need 3 mixer wagons worth of TMR to satisfy the cows. Well, that was not ideal. But they weren't exactly secure on there, were they? Come on. Should I just put them in one at a time? I think I will. Otherwise I'm going to end up with a big old pile there. It might be a little unwieldy, unmanageable. So we will put this out of the way right over here for the moment. Grab the bucket, get it out of the way. Unload here, put that loose straw on the ground. And we're ready to mix up another batch. So we've got our second mixer wagon done here. Gonna clean up the straw over here a little bit. Get ready to make the third one. So clean up this pile of loose straw over here. Gonna have to grab that other bale after we empty the feed out of it. We're gonna have to grab that other straw bale to shred it, make it loose. Then we'll go through and repeat the whole process once again. And I think with 3 mixer wagons full, we should come pretty darn close to getting the total mixed ration bar at 100%. So put the bucket down over here, get the forks on, and then we'll get set up ready to grab this straw bale here when we come back with the mixer wagon. Alright, so let's take this over to the cows. Okay, so a little bit about our cows. We have Brahmins, what they call in the game Brahmins. So this is actually an Indian breed of cattle, but the modern Brahmin cattle was bred in the United States from 1885 from cattle originating in India, imported at various times from the United Kingdom, India, and from Brazil. So I think that kind of explains why this is what I consider a common breed of cow to see in South America. So Brahman's a multi-purpose breed, which is raised for many different purposes. It's good for meat, milk, and also for drought purposes. So it's very strong and hardy animals with a high tolerance for heat, sunlight, and humidity, which is why they kind of thrive in the tropics. They have good resistance to parasites. It's been exported to many countries around the world, especially in the tropics. So that kind of makes sense. Now, in Brazil, they may not really be Brahmins. There's a Indo-Brazil cattle, or Indo-Brazilian cattle, which are a Zebu beef breed developed in Brazil from 1910 to 1930 from the Gir, Kankkrij, and Ongali cattle brought from India. So by 1946, Indo-Brazilian or Indo-Brazil cattle were being imported into the United States, and some sources cite their contribution to the development of the Brahmin. And while this is nearly the same mixture which produced the American Brahmin, the two breeds differ in appearance, with the Indo-Brazilian having much longer ears which hang down lower than Brahmin cattle. Also, Indo-Brazilian are generally taller and lighter muscled than the Brahmin. But much like the American Brahmin, Indo-Brazilian cattle have good heat and parasite resistance, thrive in the tropics. They're white to dark gray in color, with short horns and very large ears. They have the typical Zebu shoulder hump. And in Brazil, until the 1940s, this was the most used Zebu race. But since the 1950s, Nelore cattle have become more popular. And today, about 90% of Brazilian cattle meat production comes from Nelore. So there you go, a little bit of the information about our breed of cows. And you know, I've never even really seen Brahmin in the States, but I don't spend a whole lot of time down in Texas, which is where I think they're probably more common. I've spent more time kind of in the Midwest part of the country where it's more common to see different breeds of cattle. And of course, I think of dairy breeds, and I'll often think of the Holstein, your typical black and white camouflaged cow. So anyway, a little bit about our cows. Let's get on making up that third feed wagon full of total mixed ration. That'll do. Well, I think with that, we've come to the end of this episode. The cows episode. We've finally got our Brahmin in. We are now Brazilian cattle ranchers. We went and got our cows, mixed up some TMR. We are moving forward. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you come back and visit us again here in Brazil. Thanks for watching.